Dear students, today we are going to discuss over the last paragraphs of the first part of second lesson, The Lost Spring by Anis Jung. Now see the text. I sometimes find a rupee, even a 10 rupee note. Saheb says, his eyes lighting up. Word lighting up means become happy. There is a bright sign in eyes to be happy. Saheb was happy to say that sometimes he found a rupee or even a 10 rupee note in garbage dump. When you can find a silver coin in a heap of the garbage, you don't stop scrounging for there is hope of finding more. Notice the word scrounging, searching for. This word has been used in your first paragraph. Scrounging for, searching for, खोज करना, तलाश करना. As one often, when you can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage, you don't stop scrounging for there is a hope of finding more. As one often finds even a silver coin in the garbage dump, he kept on searching in hope, kept on searching in hope, to get more coins. It means that for children, garbage has a meaning different from what it means to their parents. For the children and for the adult, the children as well as the adults have their different meaning of the collection of rag pickers work. For children, it was a dream, fulfill their dreams, and for elders, it was a means of survival. It was aiding survival by providing the basic needs like food, cloth, and shelter. Survival here, basic needs like food, cloth, and shelter. One winter morning, I see Saheb hence the gate of the neighborhood club, watching two young men dressed in white playing tennis. Word like the game, he hums, content to watch it standing behind the fence. I go inside. When no one is around, he admits, the gatekeeper lets me use the swing. In this paragraph, Saheb says to writer about his one fulfilled desire, which remained in some way unfulfilled. It fulfilled because through the help of gatekeeper, he got an opportunity to use the swing, but unfulfilled because he can never be a tennis player like those persons. Saheb too is wearing tennis shoes that look strange over his discolored shirt and shorts. Someone gave them to me, he says in the manner of an explanation. Writer saw that Sahab was also wearing a tennis shoes. They did not look appropriate. They did not look appropriate with his dress. The fact that they are discarded shoes by some rich boy who perhaps refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them does not bother him. For one who has walked barefoot, even shoes with a hole is a dream come true. But the game he is watching so intently is out of his reach. He told that he told the writer that it is an attempt to justify that someone gave him the shoes. She, however, figured out that he had got them from a garbage dump. They must have been thrown away by a boy from rich family. He did not want them, rich boy did not want them to wear. Probably they had a hole. Probably they had a hole or two in them, due to which he did not want to wear them. On the contrary, Sahib was not bothered. Sahib was not bothered, not cared by this fact, and had no problem wearing them, as he could not afford anything better than that. He walked barefoot. He walked barefoot. To wear a shoe even with a hole was like a dream for him. This morning, Sahib is on his way to the milk booth. In his hand is a steel canister. I now work in a tea stall down the road, he says, pointing in a distance. In this last paragraph, we see that Sahib has left the work of rag picking. Now he is a employee at a booth milk at a tea shop. Now I work in a tea stall, he says. He says the writer that he has given up the rag picking work and began to work at a tea shop. I am paid 800 rupees and all my meals. Does he like the job? After that, Sahib told the writer that he got 800 rupees per month and his meal also. Again, writer asked the question to him. He like the job. Does he like the job? His face, I see, has lost the carefree look. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly shoulder. The bag was his. The canister belongs to the man who owns the tea shop. Sahib is no longer his own master. Morning, writer met One morning, writer met Sahib, who was on his way to the milk booth. Who was on his way to a milk booth. He was in his hand, he was holding a steel container. He was holding a steel container. He told her that he had got a job at a nearby tea stall. He would earn 800 rupees a month and get meals too. Writer asked him if he liked the job. as she could see that he had lost the carefree look. See that he had lost the carefree look. Now Sahib was working for someone else, and he was carrying his master container. He was burdened with responsibility. Earlier, he was a rag picker, his own bag on his own, and he is the steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulder. In these lines, we get a conclusion of own of his work, and also we notice a difference between of their own work and to work under someone as a servant. Though he was a rag picker, but he was free. He was carefree look. But when he began to work at the tea shop, he lost his carefree look, and the steel container was heavy than the plastic bag, than the bag of rags. The bag was his. The canister belongs to the man who owns the tea shop. Sahib is no longer his own master. Thanks.